How's it going, everyone? BrewUnited here on a Wednesday talking about pickups and, of course, what we're going to do on Saturday. Hope you enjoyed the last Saturday video, which was all about coffee roasting to be particular. Something a little different, and one of those things I really like to do is just to branch out. Retro games can only go so far, and daily videos can only take you so far. So I thought I'd just, get into some areas that I really enjoy. I'm going to do that again on Saturday. But before we get to that, let's do pickups. So I only had 3 pickups this week, but 3 pickups that were pretty good. And actually some that I didn't have. Actually one that I had before, but remember that whole GameStop, I sold the game for pennies on the dollar? Yeah, one of these falls into that category. So let's dive in. First one, Final Fantasy 13. It is a game that is tortured in so many reviews, and maybe with good reason, maybe not. Very linear is the feedback. Totally different break from the previous games, and one that I kind of dove into a little bit. But honestly, I can say I probably didn't give it enough chance. Now, I know there's a couple of people that I've talked to, if I'm not mistaken, Ploopachoop, about this game specifically, and I believe it was Jalen that actually really enjoyed it. And I'd love to hear from them specifically to this game, because I'm going to give it a try, and I'm going to give it a real try. And then after I give that a try, and if I really enjoy that, I'm going to get into Lightning Returns. So Final Fantasy 13 Lightning Returns, both on PS3. And if you're familiar with what's going on in the PS kind of Sony realm, I'm a little bit shocked at hearing the digital stores completely coming down. I really don't know what that means. I don't know what implications that has. One implication it has for me personally is I'm a believer that digital scares me. I like to have the physical media, and I really like the ability to pop it into a system without having to connect and all these different things. So physical media, maybe it's just because I'm of the age I'm at, but I really enjoy physical media for the reason that I own it. Now, discs kind of rot, and there's all kinds of issues there. You can back them up, of course, but let's just leave it at that. I like physical media. You may not like physical media. A good friend of mine doesn't. I get it. So 2 games down, and final game. This is the game that I actually sold to EB Games or GameStop, whatever it was at the time. Can't talk today. Hack Infection. Now, this game wasn't amazing when I owned it last. If not, I probably wouldn't have sold it. But I want to get all 4. And that's one of those things that I just like to collect the entire series. I'm actually thinking about devoting more of my collection towards JRPGs, RPGs in general, and starting with kind of PS2 and before. The new ones are easier to get. There's some limited runs that maybe aren't, but I think that's where I'm going to focus my time. So let's talk about this weekend rather than kind of these games. So this weekend, what I want to do is actually do a dive into another love of mine, which is role-playing games, but this time the tabletop kind. So I have, over the years, probably 5 or 6 years, dabbled in Roll20. I kind of didn't figure it out at the time, and I gave it kind of another look. And there's a couple of reasons why I want to do this. One, I think it's fun in this kind of day and age with pandemics, or singular, pandemic, to get some games going. Get some cheer among friends, be able to socialize other than just staring at each other on Zoom, and have a little bit of escapism. I think everyone right now could deal with just a touch of escapism. So I'm going to do a couple things on Roll20. I'm going to run a D&D campaign, and I'm actually going to do this on the channel. Maybe not this Saturday. I'm just going to set it up, and I'm going to give some of the mechanics and some of the things I've learned. There's tons of videos out there by way better people than me and knowledgeable than me specifically on this topic, but maybe it's from like the noob signing in and just doing it, from scratch. And that's what I'm going to do the video on. Hey, what did I find with Roll20, D&D 5e specifically? And we're just going to do a dive into that. So that's what I'm going to do on the Saturday video. And what I'd love to do is to, in the comments of either this video or the next one, say, hey, Brew, I want to be part of your first game. We'll do, basically a Series 0 game. It'll be just a kickoff, see if you like it. I'm going to run one for friends and family, kind of off channel. That's going to be something else I'm going to do. But this one is going to be all about you, the viewer, being able to get maybe 3 or 4 spots and running with it. And there's already been some rough interest in this too. So I've got a Discord. I might pop that down. That could also be another thing. If you don't want to be in the comments, we could do that. You get to meet me kind of off channel and we can talk there. So Roll20, Dungeons and Dragons this Saturday. 3 really interesting pickups. And we'll leave it at that for today. I hope you're safe. I hope you're well. And we'll see you on Saturday. Take care, everyone.